Afternoon and welcome to the Findlay Recreation Center and Westbrook College basketball on the Westbrook College Television Network. Hello everybody, I'm Jay Harper. This afternoon the Wildcats host Johnson State. Johnson State coming in 7-8 overall, but the big one is that they're 6-0 in the Mayflower Conference. Westbrook College Wildcats come in at 6-1. The winner of this one will get the top spot in the Mayflower Conference. Both teams coming off big wins over Castleton in the past week. Of course, Westbrook College, the exciting 102-99 victory in overtime, and Castleton 63-47 this past week over Castleton to keep themselves perfect in the Mayflower Conference. These two teams in strict contrast of one another. Westbrook College averaging 96 points per game, and of course Johnson State coming in holding their opponents to just 61 per game. So they like to do it with defense. Westbrook College likes to do it with offense. Of course, Vogel coming in third in the NAIA in scoring overall, averaging 27.5 per game. And Kuhn, a three-baller from Jersey, has been hot as of late, and he had a big game with 7 threes versus Castleton. They'll look for that inside-outside game from those two to match up with Johnson State. A tough team, likes to play the defense, and they'll slow it down and pound it inside. We'll take a break. When we come back, today's starting lineup and the opening tip-off. We're back right after this. Welcome back to the Findlay Recreation Center. Jay Harper along with cameraman Steve Poulos as we get set for the Westbrook College Wildcats versus the Johnson State Badgers. Badgers coming in 7-8 overall, but 6-0 in the Mayflower Conference. Westbrook College 11-6 overall and 6-1 in the Mayflower Conference. Huge matchup this afternoon. Both teams coming off big wins over Castleton. Castleton State had knocked off Westbrook College, handing the Wildcats their first loss at the Findlay Recreation Center in some 48 games. Starting lineup now for the Wildcats. Andy Lennon, the point guard, kid from Melrose, Mass. Bob Davies from Old Orchard Beach, Maine. Corey McClure getting the start tonight. Number 44 out of Lisbon, Eric Werntgen out of Montpelier, Vermont, and Derek Vogel, averaging 27.5 a game out of Cumberland, Maine. That's your starting five for the Wildcats. Head coach Jim Graffam, assistant coaches Bruce Bowers, Mike Johnson, John Tolan, and manager Sean Jean. Wildcats coming off a win yesterday where they won handily over St. Joe's of Vermont, 109-74. Earlier last week they beat Notre Dame 120-52. And then that huge win last weekend in Vermont, 102-99 in overtime. Vogel had 31. Kuhn had 28, 7 for 12 from three-ball range. And we're underway as Paul Peterson joins us in the booth.
Happy New Year, Jay.
Same to you. It's been a while.
Yeah, it certainly has been. Westbrook College has been playing up and down. After the break happened, they lost a couple of games down the Merrimack tournament, but then showed a strong showing up in the state of Maine tournament. And they've been able to turn things around since then.
Vogel gets the Wildcats on the board, 2-0, as Lennon now hounds Williams. Zangla back to Williams. Wildcats match up man-to-man, and the intensity on the sideline from the opening tap to the final whistle. They'll give you everything they got. Three ball outside, and Todd Bailey from Washington Township, New Jersey, gives the Badgers the 3-2 lead. He's averaging 15.8 a game and 8.7 rebounds. Into Werntgen, gets hammered, no call. Got to protect the shooter there. inside, and Davies ties up McDonough. And the arrow favors the Badgers. Williams, nice dish inside for Zangler, partially blocked and knocked off the ball as Vogel. Rebound put back. Davies fights for it and finally comes out of there with it. Lennon along the baseline, and they'll get him for a travel. Williams from the corner, no good. And McClure the rebound. Long outlet for Werntgen, going for 6. And Werntgen smartly stays away from the ball.
Nice pass by Corey to get it up the court to Eric Werntgen. Just couldn't finish on the play.
Score still 3-2. Johnson State with the lead. Corey McClure, muscle move, doesn't go down. Fights for the loose ball. And a good job by Bailey.
It's going to be a clash of two different styles today. Johnson would ideally like to slow it down, and Westbrook College, as we all know, likes to run the ball down the opposing player's throat.
McDonough fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
It'll be interesting how they can respond to the slow pace, and ideally Westbrook College would like to jump to a quick lead so Johnson comes out of their format and tries to run with them.
Foul on Corey McClure as McDonough makes the first. 6'6" out of Marshalls Creek, Pennsylvania. Big wide body to go with the 6'6", and he makes them both. Vogel creating, doesn't go down. And back comes Johnson State. As you said, Paul, definitely different styles of play. Johnson State comes in 3rd in the NAIA in the nation, only allowing 61 points per game. And Westbrook College comes in averaging 96 a game, so they like to do it with defense, and Westbrook College likes to do it with a combination, but they like their offense.
Westbrook College says we have 12, 13 players on the team. We want to come at you the whole 40 minutes, try to stop us.
McDonough loses it. Davies comes out. Corey McClure fakes a 3, back for Davies. And the foul will be on number 24, Todd Bailey. Gary Kuhn and Nate Estee check in.
Gary Kuhn had a huge game last week in Castleton, connecting for 7 threes in that overtime win on the road.
His pass inside is tipped out of there and controlled by Johnson State. Nice ball movement, partially blocked. Bailey back up and in. 7-2, Badgers with the lead. Westbrook College scored the first 2 right off the bat, and they've been shut out since.
Johnson State will make you work on defense. They like spreading the defense thin and getting the back door.
And wasn't it Johnson State you guys beat in the finals of the Mayflower Conference last year?
They're well coached. Coach Mahar spent some time down in Columbia, down in New York, Columbia College, Division I program. Well-coached team.
Change of calls. All of a sudden, Johnson State ends up with the basketball, and
I thought it was a kick ball.
that's what they had originally called, and somehow it goes to Johnson State.
See, once Westbrook College has that person stopped in the corner, trapped in the corner, we got to steal that pass.
5-second call, and so the Wildcats back with the basketball, and Davies back into the lineup. It's Davies, Vogel, Kuhn, Estee, and Aaron McClure. Kuhn, top of the key, a three, in and out. And the Wildcats fight amongst themselves, and they leave it for Johnson State. Backdoor for Zangler. He has to kick it back out on top. Nice play. Estee sneaks around his man to steal it, pushes it up the floor. Kicks for Kuhn. Davies passes up the three, drives, and gets hammered. Again, no call. Got a lot of ball, so maybe that's what the officials saw, the ball, and pushed the body back down. They're letting them play so far. And now they'll call a touch foul on the shooter. Wildcats have had two shooters mangled and knocked to the floor. No calls, and then Zangler on the shot, gets touched, and he'll go to the line to try to cap off the three-point play. Jay Harper along with Paul Peterson, Steve Poulos on the camera. Glad you can be with us on the Westbrook College Television Network. Zangler completes, and Webb and McDonough get tied up. Stan Webb checks in for his first minutes. He had one of his best games against St. Joe's of Vermont yesterday, 14 points. Rattles in and out. Estee tips it back up and in.
Good work by Nate to keep active on the offensive glass. That's what they're going to need, someone inside to do the dirty work today.
Took the Wildcats 5 minutes and 15 seconds to get their second basket. They went scoreless for 5:15. For Estee tipped it back up and in. Kuhn, three ball. It's in the hole.
Such a quick release by Gary Kuhn. Good defense, hand in the face. Gary's just so quick with the shot.
Wildcats back within three now, 10-7. Bailey driving, pulls up, no good. Fights for his own board. And a foul on Bailey, and crowd's starting to get into it.
Johnson State, a very emotional team. Doesn't take much for them to start to come unraveled a little bit.
I think that comes from their coach, doesn't it?
Coach Mahar has been known to.
Kuhn, a hit.
Been known for the eccentrics and walking off the court, ripping off his jersey and then having a Westbrook t-shirt underneath.
I saw the game last year, of course, the conference finals here, and you could just see by watching that one game what type of coach he is. Very emotional, into the game. Not afraid to up and down the refs throughout the contest. He'll work over the officials. Kuhn fouled on that three-point shot attempt. He'll shoot 3 free throws. Foul on Williams, team's third. And Kuhn, by making that 1-3, and of course they know his reputation. He's been here for a few years doing this, so they really fly out at him. And Kuhn didn't have the good look that time, but he drew the foul, threw it up, and makes all 3 free throws. We're tied at 10. And they'll call the foul on Stan Webb as Chris Costello from Brattleboro, Vermont, checks into the lineup. Wholesale changes.
This is the time for Westbrook College to take advantage of Johnson. Seems like they have their second string in.
Kuhn with the steal. Going to the hole. Goes back for Este. Este, though, foul before the shot.
Unselfish play by Gary. Should have maybe taken the layup, but saw Nate hustling down the court. Want to reward the big man.
Kuhn will take it. No good. And the rebound by Chris Turner.
This offense by Johnson is a pretty good one to play for Westbrook. I mean, because Westbrook steps up in every passing lane and overextends themselves.
Stolen by Este. Off for Vogel. Vogel through traffic. Won't go down for Derek. Fights, and he's going to be fouled on the way back up, and I believe the Robbins again.
Must be a new player, second semester.
I think that's what the PA announcer is saying. I'm not sure, but he'll check out. Williams will check back in, and Nate Este, Gary Kuhn sitting down, both coming in and sparking the Wildcats.
Chance for Westbrook College to get the lead since the opening basket.
Vogel, third in the nation in the NAIA in scoring this past week at 27.5 per game. Coming off a couple of light outings too. Dropped his average a little bit. Only had 21 yesterday and 15 against Notre Dame. Nice passing on the press, and they find McDonough for the easy basket. 12-12. 12:40 to play, first half. Werntgen from downtown, way long. Vogel, nice board, goes inside for Davies. Davies up, it's hit, and both Badger players saying didn't get him. Foul will go on Chris Turner, number 25, 6'4", out of Middlebury, Vermont. Johnson, out of Johnson, Vermont. Davies misses the first free throw. Wildcats coming in 11-6 overall. They've rebounded after that 4-game losing streak to win 5 out of the last 6. 13-12 Wildcats. Westbrook College goes to a zone. Nice move, but Turner shot won't go down. Vogel with a rebound. Vogel grabbed on the arm. The foul will be on Zangler, number 14. Zangler, 5'10", out of Danville, Vermont. At Johnson State's 7th team foul. Vogel makes the front end of the 1-and-1. DV gets them both, and it's 15-12. Wildcats with their biggest lead of 3. They go to the 2-3 zone. Werntgen, nice job getting over the back of McDonough and knocking it out of bounds. Then Willoughby will check in.
Ben probably came off his best game of his freshman year yesterday versus St. Joseph, Vermont. He really needed a game to boost up his morale a little bit.
Turner fakes the 3, floats in, bang. Foul on Costello, and then Willoughby will go directly to the free throw line. 1-on-1 situation. Actually a shooting foul, so 2 shots for Willoughby. The back rim's the first. One of 2 for Willoughby, and it's 16-14. Wildcats up by 2. As they go back to, it looked like a man defense and fooled me and certainly fooled Johnson State. And they get the turnover. Jump ball, arrow favoring the Wildcats.
That's called the run and jump. You know, they show man, and all of a sudden, once the player becomes right at half court, they get help side from the sidelines. They jump the offensive player and try to get a trap. Disguised pretty well that time.
Nice pass from Lennon to Vogel. 18-14. And Bob Davies in there fighting. And he ties up Costello. Jump ball, arrow back to the green. And the Badgers will inbound underneath their own basket. 10:57 to go, first half. The lead in the Mayflower Conference at stake. Foul on Willoughby. Not in the bonus situation yet. Inbound pass stolen by Vogel. Long kick. Willoughby does a great job at keeping it in play. Shot clock down to 15. Lennon pulls up, baseline, no good. Bailey rips down the air ball. Foul on Andy Lennon with a reach.
Little frustration foul right there.
Very common thing. Miss a shot, miss badly, try to make something happen, and
more often than not, you're going to get blown with the foul.
Werntgen, Davies, and Willoughby all sit down as Esty, Aaron McClure, and Gary Kuhn check back in. Vogel and Lennon stay in. Team 6 foul. Next one, Johnson State will be in the bonus. Bailey, 3 ball.
Corey McClure got caught helping out. Gary Kuhn had fallen down. His man was left wide open. Able to hit the shot.
Inside from McClure. Caught in traffic. Kuhn wide open. 3 ball back.
We'll take 3 for 2 any day.
21-17.
Such a dangerous weapon. Gary Kuhn is.
He is a player. Three ball back, no good. Bailey the tip. Esty rips down the tip. Goes long court for Vogel. Vogel pulls up, gets bumped, and no call, and Bailey gets the steal. Wildcats now 2 possessions have had a chance to extend their lead past 4, which has been their biggest, and they've turned it over. Costello floats in, doesn't go down, gets his own board, up and in.
Costello seems to be pretty active without the ball, and he followed up his shot pretty well.
Vogel hit, no call, and he looks at the official saying, my goodness, what does it take? Very strange officiated game. In conference game, they have 3 on the floor, and they've not protected the shooter here in this one. I don't mind letting them play outside, but inside on the shot, you got to protect them. As Osborne hits a 3. Lennon out of control. He almost got it down, and the foul is called on Johnson State. It'll be on Costello.
Costello needs a sub. He's a bit winded out there.
As Derek Vogel gets a breather now for Westbrook College.
This is where Coach Graffam's philosophy of our 12 players against your 7 or 8 plays a factor. Conditioning is so important.
Andy Lennon, new to us on the Westbrook College Television Network. Free throw shooting style. Timeout on the floor. And we'll take a listen in to Coach Graffam. First chance we've had here this afternoon.
Now listen, I want to go 40 and I want to keep the intensity level up, okay? And listen, they're trying to post the guy down low, so make sure that you get on the top side, all right? And take a charge. You could have taken a charge in that kid last time. You're trying to, block the shot or something.
You all got to go to the boards.
And listen, down here, let's look at the mismatches, all right? So we can go double low or Westbrook, or even if we want to go Boston inside handoff or something like that, because we haven't shown that to them. But the defensive intensity is the key here, because we've only given up 22 points, which is great, but we got to continue to work on that. Our offense is going to roll here in a minute. Come on now, 1, 2, 3. Wildcats. Let's go.
Coach Graffam feels confident that they're starting to do things a lot better. Their offense is going to start wearing down on their defense. Just keep the defensive intensity. Wants people to step up, take the charge, be active, and rebound. I believe Coach Tollins spoke about that.
So how long ago did Andy Lennon change his free throw shooting style?
Well, he started the year with that one-handed, one hand completely on the ball, and they were working with it. He felt more comfortable with 2 hands, but he just wasn't making the free throws. Cosmetically, he didn't like the appearance of the way it looked, but it works for him.
I guess so. Makes them both, and that reminds you a little bit of former Celtic, Don Nelson.
It's the way I shot my free throws also. Just I had too much energy going up on the ball. We would never even play on the rim, so we took the one hand off, and my shooting percentage was a little bit better from the line.
23-22. Wildcats with a 1-point lead. Johnson State with the ball. Zangler kicks cross court. Bailey fakes, goes back. And wide open again is Mike Osborne.
Nice ball
and he hits
that
his
time.
Second 3 in a row. As the Badgers heat up from 3-point range.
Four players that time for Johnson State touched the ball. Gotta like that movement.
Lennon, the nice move. Pretty, doesn't go down. Tip up. Stan Webb.
That's what he does so well. Stan always working, always doing the little things right. Whether it be tipping a ball on the defensive end or tipping it in on the offensive glass. Look how they spread the defense out. They get their plays isolated one-on-one.
Webb almost the steal.
Doing those little things.
Davies will give Andy Lennon a breather. Lennon playing a lot of minutes here in the first half. 7:15 to play in the half. 25-25. Kuhn with a steal. Waiting for some offense. He's going to let it fly. Boom! Oh, my.
Not one Westbrook College player was beyond half court on that. And Gary just lets it fly.
I think if you listen, you can still hear the net laughing. He tickled the twine on that one from about 35 feet. And answering back for Johnson State is Turner.
got to do a better job of fronting. Nate Estey's three-quarter fronting on Turner there. He's got to just completely play
Kuhn,
defense.
another one. Rattles in and out. And again, the Wildcats had an offensive rebound, but they fought amongst themselves. 28-27, Wildcats with a 1-point lead. Bailey open for a 3-ball. In and out. Late call, but a good one. Estey on the foul. These officials seem to be pretty much the ones Westbrook College gets for a lot of their games, so you would think they are highly rated, or that at least they're compatible with the Wildcats and their staff. These guys are here a lot.
I'm not going to touch that one, Jay.
Come on, Paul. I've gotten you to come out of your shell while talking about officials.
Doing a fine job, evenly matched, not one favor towards one team. Good calls.
Costello, 1 of 2. Vogel, the rebound. 28 all. Davies spins pretty. Bang! Head coach Buddy Mayer just saying, my mother could have guarded that shot. And back is Turner. And again, we're deuced up at 30. Davies feeling it. Goes in, finds Estey. Doesn't go, tipped up and in. And I'm not sure if Werntgen or Estey will get credited with that one. They both touched it. Look out. Good effort by Eric Werntgen. Good catch by the McClures, too. Werntgen with a tip, and Davies comes away with it. Davies thinks about a 3. In for Werntgen. Werntgen up, and he's fouled. .505 to play in the half. The scoring, Westbrook College right now with 32. Chance to go to 34. And only allowing 61 a game is Johnson State. And right now, they're keeping the score down, where it's still their type of game. But Westbrook College now approaching a point where they can get it up there and get it up to the high scoring affair that they favor. One of 2 for Werntgen. And it's a 3-point lead for the Wildcats. Kuhn working on Williams. Williams finally makes the deke move, comes in, stolen by Davies. Zangler getting back. Davies spins, stays with it, goes up, gets the bump, no call. And Johnson State comes away with it. Great work by Davies. Again, it looks like the shooter's getting that bump, and they're not calling it. We'll let the crowd speak for that call.
Seemed like Eric Werntgen got there in time, but Dan Williams beat him to the spot, I guess.
Williams, a 6-footer out of Waterford, New York. They don't give me the class listings on Johnson State, so.
They graduated 4 seniors last year.
Including the coach's son, right?
Correct. Who's now an assistant.
Say Werntgen stepped on the line. Badgers with a chance to retake the lead. Zangler drives, nice dish over to McDonough. (34-33). Johnson State back on top. Boy, what a beautiful play. My.
Taking advantage of the mismatch.
Kuhn was posted up and he waited and waited, and then he just cleared quickly, and as soon as he cleared, Davies drove it to the hole and schooled his man. And the freshman Davies having a good first half here at the Finley Recreation Center. Jay Harper along with Paul Peterson. McDonough gets stripped and falls back in Turner's hand. Shot clock down to 10. They look for Bailey. Inside they find Turner. Turner hit from behind, no call. And now they'll get a call on McDonough. So things even it out just a little bit. Westbrook College got away with one there. Andy Lennon will check in along with Mike Jarvis of Johnson State. Jarvis out of Bear, Vermont. Visited that town this summer. Beautiful area. Rim seems a little tight today. Rattling out of there pretty quickly. One of two again for Eric Werntgen. Jarvis for Zangler, back for Williams. Inside pass from McDonough. And Esty almost had the steal.
Good defensive energy right there.
Not sure what the long discussion is.
The clock, they resetted the shot clock, and it wasn't supposed to be reset.
I love how they make a big play out of this. How many times does the shot clock really, you know what I mean? They make like it's a big, big thing, coaches, referees, everybody. But in reality, the shot clock comes into play, I mean, 1 out of 40 possessions. I don't know where I came up with that, but ST almost a steal. Sounded
That's
good.
just Jay Harper's opinion. It's not based on any type of factual information.
Exactly. You're learning, Paul. Nice drive by Zangler. Won't go down. Werntgen fighting for the board, and Davies gains control. Long pass out, Vogel. Goes base, pulls up, finds Esty for Werntgen. Werntgen up. Oh, and they'll call the offensive foul on Eric Werntgen. Wildcats have hit a scoring low. 36-34. They have the lead. Badgers have the ball. Dan Williams with Lennon draped on him. Zangler's pass tipped. Goes back over for Osborne. Back now, they wheel it. Inside, McDonough open from the foul line, misses. And the Wildcats cannot get control of the rebound. Dunham in trouble now. The good rotation by Johnson State. And finally, Wildcats the rebound and the long outlet for Davies. Davies wheeling, spinning, up, no good, tipped, and it wedges in the rim. Nate decides to go up. Doesn't quite reach it, falls over a couple of bodies, and possession arrow will now determine who gets the basketball, and it is in the favor.
I'd like to take this moment to congratulate the women Westbrook Wildcats for coming in today and beating the Johnson Lady Badgers and improve our record to 8-0 in the Mayflower Conference. And they're putting out a good effort all year long with limited bodies. So the last 2 games, they played hard, and we're looking good shape for the playoffs.
Certainly are, 8-0 in the conference, and you know, with the lack of numbers this season and the injury to Grillin, of course, are the key players in that lineup, and the guys have been able to.
They have every excuse to quit, but they haven't. They really play hard every game, and it's a pleasure coaching them, and they deserve everything they get.
And the Wildcats, great defensive effort. Lennon and Webb. Lennon driving. Esty will take one. A 3-ball. The big guy burying it from behind the arc. And it's 39-34. The Wildcats by 5. 1:03 to play in the half. Williams, great pass inside. Calling a push. Looked like the player fell down by stretching and extending himself. A little phantom push down low. Tenth team foul. It'll be a 2-shot situation. And again, ball kicks out. The Badgers all come out of the lane on the free throw, and they'll get back set to play D, I guess. Confidence in Zangler's free throw ability. He misses, and no one's there for the rebound, so the Wildcats come out of that one very nicely. I personally hate that when you take your players out of the lane. I always leave at least 2 in there. Wow. Gary Kuhn, Jersey boy. He just keeps firing. Another 3-ball, and it's a 42-34, the biggest lead for the Wildcats, down to 20 seconds to play in the half.
Shot clock and game clock almost identical.
You can't leave him alone for a second. Johnson State left him, forgot about him, and he just quickly fired away. Again, 2 feet behind the arc. Bang. Zangler drives in. Nice floater at the buzzer. Doesn't go down. The Wildcats loving this. They head to the locker room with their biggest lead. 42-34 our score. We'll take a break. You're watching the Westbrook College Television Network. We're back after this. Welcome back to the Findlay Recreation Center. Jay Harper, Paul Peterson, and cameraman Steve Poulos. You get a look at Coach Jim Graffam relaxing for a few moments before we start the second half. A score at the half, 42-34. Wildcats leading by 8. Good barrage at the end, the big 3 by Gary Kuhn, and really electrified the home crowd. And the Wildcats built their biggest lead right at the end. Good solid play, SD Kuhn. And checking the scoring in the first half for Johnson State. They were led by number 24, Todd Bailey. Bailey had 8 points. John McDonough had 6. Chris Costello had 5. Also, Mike Osborne, 2 threes for 6. Zangla had 3. And Williams, 2. And also Chris Turner had 4 points. For Westbrook College, they were led by number 24, Gary Kuhn. 4 threes in that first half, 15 points total. And again, he was in fuego from downtown, hitting the 3 balls all over the place. And right behind him, Derek Vogel. Vogel had 8 points for the Wildcats. Bob Davies had 5. Also chipping in with 5 was Nate Esty. A deuce for Lennon. Webb, 1 point for Willoughby, and 4 for Werntgen. And that's the Wildcats scoring in the first half. And Paul, all in all, a good first half, and Wildcats turned it up right at the end and built themselves a nice 8-point lead. 42 points scoring in the first half. That's a good number for them. That favors them a little bit on the high scoring end.
Definitely, I think you know, they got to be satisfied with the number of points they scored. Defensively, they want to make sure they crash the boards a little bit better and rotate on defense. Too many times has the guard been able to penetrate and dish off to the big men down low.
Wildcats will start with the basketball to start the second half. Checking at season stats coming into today's action. Vogel, 27.5 a game. Kuhn, 12.5 per game. Bob Davies, 10.2. Eric Werntgen, 10.1. And then 7.8 for Lennon and 7.5 for Webb. Inside McClure. Turns, spins, good pivot foot. Can't get it down though. Good move by McClure. Kevin McHale moved down there. Back for Bailey. And the charge called. Todd Bailey, very clean shaven.
He doesn't have a 5 o'clock shadow on his head, that's for sure.
His 3rd personal, so a big foul on Bailey to start the second half. He comes in to this game, their 2nd leading scorer. McClure back and has it blocked. Lennon can't quite come up with the steal. Lennon hounding Williams. Bullet pass and intended for Costello. He had troubles with it. Out of bounds and Wildcats basketball. Played a minute. No scoring here in the second half yet. Wildcats 3rd possession. Werntgen goes back for Vogel. Vogel will take it. No good. McClure almost the rebound. Has it knocked out. Williams picks it up. Zangla pulls up on the baseline. No good. Davies the rebound. McClure fakes. Leaves it off for Davies. Now Lennon. Wildcats. And Corey McClure having 4 shots here in the first 2 minutes of the second half. And Yet to have him go down, but he earns the 2 free throws. McClure, though, misses the free throw as we enjoy listening to head coach Buddy Mahar. Uses all different tactics in talking to the officials. 1 of 2, and finally we have a point here in the second half. Comes a minute 47 in, and it's only a free throw. Wildcats come with full court pressure. Costello, nice move. And he gets it down. Costello, 6'5" forward out of Brattleboro, Vermont. McClure again on the offense, and this shot doesn't go near the basket, and back come the Badgers. Look inside for Costello, and he can't handle the pass. Mike Osborne will check in. 2 threes back-to-back in that first half. He can shoot the 3 ball. Nate Esty in for Corey McClure. Vogel, good setup position on the box. Fights up through and in.
Good minutes there by Corey McClure. Didn't finish with the best results, but they like to see him go strong to the hoop.
Costello the move on the box, right back. Costello now with 9 points. Vogel will try a 3 ball. Bang. 48-38. The Wildcats with their biggest lead. It's 10.
Right there, drop it. Andy. 11's a shooter, Andrew. Get there, Andy.
Back in, Costello swatted by Werntgen. Vogel pulls up off the window. Bang. There's that great pull-up jump shot. Timeout called, Johnson State. And the Wildcats have extended their lead now to 12. We'll get a listen in to Coach Jim Graffam in the Wildcats. Vogel turning it up now on offense.
Now, nice surge. Talk on the screens, though. We had some guys wide open. I want to make sure we know what we're doing. Now, listen, I am going to go, when the ball comes in bounds, we're going 23. 23, rotate hard, okay? Now, listen, down here, you listen to me. If Derek's got 14 on him, I want to post him up again. So run double low and run the big guy out of there. So maybe get 2 for you, and then Derek will be wide open on the post, all right? Now, if it's opposite, I want to make sure you flash high post and either shoot it or dump it back inside, and we'll be all set, okay? Now, defensive intensity right here. We got what, 4 more minutes. Let's put the hammer down right now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wildcats.
Mike Voisine holding the mic for us today in the huddles and the timeouts. Thanks a lot, Mike, and good listen in there to Coach Graffam, and wants to put the hammer down next 4 minutes.
He likes to do that. He wants to he breaks the game down into segments where if we pick it up on defense and play intense defense, that'll generate our offensive flow. So he wants them to play hard defense over the next 4 minutes and put the game away.
Mike Lee checks in.
So does Ben Willoughby.
Willoughby almost a steal. Lee had a big game against Notre Dame 2 games ago, scoring 16 points. High score in that game. Of course, in the blowout, 120-52 over Notre Dame. Lee, 6'2" junior out of South Portland, Maine. And he can shoot the long-range shot. Webb almost a steal. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Now the shot clock will come into play. Really the first time today. And that'll be backcourt. And that'll expire the shot clock. They both came at just about the same time. So there's that 1 out of 40. Go back, check all the possessions of the game. Paul, I'm sure it's actually more like 80 possessions, but they'll get another one here within the next minute or so, so it'll get back to my 1 out of 40 ratio.
Very good.
Wildcats with the ball, 12-point lead. Lee, Kuhn, Esty, Webb, and Willoughby on the floor for Coach Graffam. Lee floats in, leaves it for Webb. Webb will try a 3-ball short. Tipped in the middle, outlet pass. And the Wildcats, yes. Webb's a master at that. He didn't even have to worry about that. That was easy for him. And Zangler tips it out of bounds. Stan Webb, the Zen master at saving the ball from going out of bounds. That one was easy. In for Willoughby. Willoughby up. Foul. Count it.
You like to see Ben Willoughby have some positive results because he works so hard. Anything to boost his morale and his confidence out on the court. I'm sure that last shot helps.
Willoughby, a 6'5" freshman out of Palermo, Maine. The 195-pounder now trying to convert the 3-point play. Doesn't. Webb almost an offensive board. Williams now pushes. Lead is 14 for the Wildcats. In for Bailey. Bailey's turnaround jumper rolls in and out. Esty the board. Williams with a flash left pad save. They go for Kuhn in the corner. He'll take it. And no good. Long rebound, though. It's Webb's. Webb's goes inside. Nice pass attempt. But it's another kick. And they'll reset the shot clock. And the Wildcats will have another possession. Kuhn will inbound. Go for Lee. Inside for Esty, and they call McDonough over the back. This group's doing a great job out there. McDonough's 3rd personal. So both he and Bailey, their 2 leading scorers, have 3. Calling an offensive foul on Nate Esty. Push off down low, away from the basketball. And with 14:19 to play, second half. The Wildcats come up with a steal. Kuhn for Lee. Lee drives on the base, gets bumped, and they'll call the push on Dan Williams. Johnson State has really come out here struggling in this second half. Their only offense has been Chris Costello, and he is now sitting down. They get it in for Lee. Lee slides down, keeps the dribble alive. Inside Willoughby, cross-court Webb. Webb fakes, goes base. What a drive! Stan Webb.
That's called the gap offense against the zone defense. You put a man behind the zone, the 2-3 zone, and they don't know the pass is there.
Late whistle, but they'll get Esty on the foul on McDonough. McDonough will shoot 2 free throws as the Wildcats have built a 16-point lead here in the second half. That a 12-4 run here to start the second half as Aaron McClure, along with Andy Lennon, Bob Davies check in for the Wildcats. Good minutes by Mike Lee. Johnson State now coming with some full court pressure. Both free throws made by McDonough, 54-40. Jay Harper along with Paul Peterson on the Westbrook College Television Network. Webb doesn't like that as Williams just walked up and pushed him back 3 feet right in front of the official. Didn't even see it though. Lennon from downtown. In and out and back in. And Webb was skying. He almost caught that and jammed it back in. That would have been showtime. And that a 3-ball by Lennon. Melrose kid. McDonough, triple team, goes back for Zangler. Fakes the 3, steps inside and buries it. 57-42. Good save on the baseline by Turner. He gets it for Zangler. Zangler hanging, holding, and burying it. Davies turning, throwing up. Really a shot that once he was up in the air, he saw the defense. He needed to kick to a teammate.
Yeah, Bob really forced that one. Ran the wheel play, which is an isolation for him to take his man where Coach Graffam believes there's a mismatch. That time there was help side. Bob should have really made a dish.
What kind of dish would you prefer in that one? A veal parmesan?
Right now, yeah, I'm feeling like a little Sully's veal parmesan, or chicken parmesan.
Chicken cordon bleu. Notice he throws the plug in for Sully's. 57-44. The Badgers climbing back, and McDonough now hits it, and they're within 11. Wildcats need a bucket. Vogel back in the lineup. Johnson State has gone to this zone here the last 3-4 possessions and starting to work. Shot clock winding, getting down near 10. In for Vogel, clock down to 7 as he's fouled. See, I'm trying to push for that shot clock to be a factor here. That's why we're keeping a close eye on it. A foul, though, they'll reset it. Zangler will check back in for McDonough as Todd Bailey sits down with his 4th personal. 11:26 to play in the contest. The Badger bench employing that Vogel wasn't shooting, and I might have to agree. Vogel gets the 2 free throws, though, and converts them both. He's been deadly from the line here this afternoon. Full court pressure by the Wildcats, and Williams brings it up on Lennon. Inside McDonough. Up, no good. Vogel the board. Lennon juggles and keeps it. Davies, 3-ball. It's in the hole. And the Wildcats back by 16. Jump ball, and the arrow in the favor of the Badgers. Coming in to yesterday's action, this stats we have not including yesterday, but Vogel, 110 out of 135 at the free throw line for 81%. And I believe he's been perfect here this afternoon. Boy, whew. That certainly was a walk.
The 4-minute spurt that Coach Graffam was speaking about. I think Westbrook College has done a good job pulling away a little bit, making sure they play hard defense.
Oh, what a steal by Davies. Round the back for Lennon. Lennon for Webb. Oh, teamwork.
That was a great example of their
timeout called by Johnson State.
Just, I'm sure Coach Graffam's going to tell them to keep it up. Very pleased with that last 4-minute stint. They increased the lead.
Okay, we're going to go 40 on the inbounds pass to 33. All right, now everybody rotate. You got to hustle, right? Because you're going to have to try to get back and cover for everybody else. But our defensive intensity is taking them out of the game right now. So make sure that we're talking on the screen and then rebound like a son of a gun, right? And next time down, I want to go like 1-4 low for either Derek or for Bob, okay? Because they've got mismatches on them. Post up hard, because if they don't have it, they're going to come right inside, okay? Now, here we go. Come on, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wildcats.
And again, strong defensive intensity is starting to happen in Davies. The shot clock was going to be down to 5. I'd count that possession as being a shot clock factor.
Okay.
But Davies reached with one hand and just grabbed the ball, scooped, drove in, went around the back for Lennon, a little bit behind Lennon. He's able to control it, goes across for Webb, and Webb knocks it home to give the Wildcats an 18-point lead, their biggest of the afternoon, with 10:08 to play in the second half. It's 64-46.
Westbrook College is just about at the average that Johnson State holds their opposing players to offensively.
Kuhn had 4 threes in that first half coming in. He had made 43 of 112 for 38%. McDonough bangs it off the board, no good. Webb pushing. Got Davies on the left. Davies! Yes, indeed. Bob Davies, the freshman out of Oob. And a turnover. Stan Webb's defense, and they have the Badgers rattled. $20-point margin. Wildcats 6-1 in the Mayflower Conference. The Badgers 6-0. This for the lead. Davies, count it. Woo-hoo. Davies starting to heat up. Talking with sports editor Joe Halpern of the Journal-Tribune down in the Saco, Biddeford, Old Orchard area. Doing a feature story on Davies in the upcoming week. Doing a little research today. Davies had a pretty solid first half, only 5 points, a couple of good assists. And so you watch him here in the second half, I think you're going to see his game pick up. It is right now.
I think Coach Mahar is ready to explode.
Lob pass in. Bailey goes for Zangler. Inside traffic. Davies gets a piece. Loose ball comes all the way out to Williams. They go back for Costello. Costello hammers in, and Davies takes the charge. Davies in charge out there. Steal, an assist, a couple of buckets, a block shot, and he takes the charge. That all in the last minute and a half, folks. He is a all-around player. For yesterday's game, Davies had 69 assists on the season. And Andy Lennon, averaging 7+, had 102. Lennon, 12th in the nation in the NAIA in assists, averaging 7 per game. And long pass, Werntgen, got it, look out, here he comes. The dunk, and they go at him, and no foul called. And the Wildcats all standing up, saying, where's the foul? Thought we had some big-time showtime. Backdoor pass, Zangler wide open, and Johnson State finally gets a bucket. Vogel up with a left, and he misses as Davies was flying in on the other side. He had Davies, but opted for the shot. The Wildcats, still a lot of basketball to be played. Got to pay attention here.
So easy to let up, and that's what the coaches worry about defensively and offensively. Once the score gets up to about 20 points, players tend to let up and let the opposing team back into the game, and that's one thing we can't afford right now.
Zangler doing some work inside the paint. The little guy. 5'10" out of Danville, Vermont. Kuhn will replace Bob Davies. Davies, again, an explosive 2 minutes. Corey McClure checks back in. McClure, Vogel, Werntgen, Kuhn, and Lennon on the floor for the Wildcats. Z, as they call him. Zangler makes the first free throw. 68-49. Like Jarvis check back in. Saw limited time in the first half. So he comes out defensively on Lennon. Wildcats with numbers. Lennon leading. Jarvis commits the personal. 9th team foul. Andy Lennon will go to the line, and we'll get to see that free throw shooting style employed by Andy Lennon, a kid from Melrose, Mass. Rattles in and out. Fifth team foul on the Wildcats. Still 2 more before the bonus. Lennon will not let up. He'll stay right on Williams. Almost a turnover. My. Osborne, we saw him in the first half. Werntgen misses, tips back up. Vogel the board, up and in. 70-53. Zangler, he drives, but this time makes the bad choice. Takes the shot when he had an open man, partially blocked by McClure. Vogel for three. Long. Lennon, the offensive rebound. He'll set the offense. Not touched by Turner on the way through, and they say last touched by the Wildcats. Johnson State's basketball. Kuhn in that 28-point performance against Castleton State in Vermont had 22 of his 28 in the first half. 7 for 12 from three-point range. And he had 15 in the first half. He's been quiet here in the second. Call it a jump ball, and the possession arrow belongs to the Wildcats. 7:20 to play in the contest. 17-point lead for Westbrook College. Kuhn, three ball, bang! I said he's quiet in the second half, just to get him going, give him that little spark. Kuhn gets it back to a 20-point advantage. Corey McClure takes a short visit with Coach Maha.
Went into the lion's den.
I don't think I'd want to stay there too long either. Never know what he might do. Nice drive by Zangler. He's been the offensive weapon. Long outlet for Kuhn. Kuhn rejected by Turner.
Good penetration by Gary. Does a lot better job on the three-point line now.
In for Webb. Webb working in traffic. I don't know where that one came from. Webb had that foot planted. Z off for Jarvis, no good. McClure for Davies, and the Wildcats push it up the floor. Davies will take the tray. Tip, no good. Vogel gets his board back. Up, count it. DV with a great BC and a bucket and a chance to go to the free throw line. And the lead now 22. Vogel continues his perfection from the stripe, and it's 76-55. With a 21-point lead. Call a backcourt. There's Joe Barassa into the lineup for the first time today, number 15. Vogel has it stripped by Z. And it'll be Wildcats basketball. Corey McClure rolls to the hoop. Kept the pivot foot down long enough to go up, and they count it, 78-55. Stolen by Webb. Tripp keeps the dribble, but can't hold on. And Turner gets the jam the other way, but that doesn't impress the Wildcat faithful. Davies back to Vogel. Vogel pulls up in the paint. Jarvis in and out. Davies the rebound. Got Webb on the right. Now he has to pull it up. Inside, all alone, Vogel. Great pass, Bob Davies. Stayed calm, waited, saw Vogel wide open, drills him the ball. And a timeout called by Johnson State. And Wildcats, Paul, you look right up and down their lineup, and anybody that's been on that floor today, I don't think has done anything except impress the coaches and the fans, and really a complete performance right up and down the lineup.
Yep, it's a complete team effort. That's what you're going to get day in and day out from Coach Graffam and the Wildcats. It's the philosophy of us, the whole team concept, us against 6 or 7 or 8 players that the Johnson State or the opposing player has. The rotations that Coach Graffam puts in just wears down a team, and I think that's what's most important. Conditioning, this plays a factor. This game still has 5 minutes left, but it's definitely over.
It's over. Nobody's singing in the corner over there, but we got some timeout music. And this a huge win for the Wildcats as they'll move to 7-1 in the conference, and Johnson State will fall to 6-1, and Wildcats will retake the conference lead. Castleton State now with 2 losses. Bailey can't control it. Goes out of bounds.
Having the home court advantage during the playoffs is what this regular season play is all about. It's definitely a comfort zone when you can have your 3 games in your home gym.
Bailey decides he wants his 5th foul and a technical, and he gets a bonus. That would have been a 6th foul. And he'll sit down. Mike Lee will get the 2 free throws, and then we'll have the technicals. And then Westbrook College will have the ball out of bounds. So chance for 6 to 7 points on this possession alone for the Wildcats, and any doubts left in anyone's mind should now be erased. I don't know what the discussion now with Coach Mahar and Sangla and Bailey's all about. Pointing at his jersey, 14. But you look at the performances today by the Wildcats. Davies, a tremendous second half. That big explosion, that 2-minute spurt. We had a couple of steals, a couple of buckets, block shot, rebounds. Lennon, again, continued solid play at the point. Kuhn, 5 threes in the contest. Vogel approaching his season average of 27.5. Mike Lee gets his first point of the afternoon. As we said earlier, coming off his best game of the season against Notre Dame. 16 points in that one. Leading scorer for the Wildcats. Lee takes them all, makes them all. And Paul, what you see right there in a free throw shooting, doing the same thing on every free throw. Those 3 hard bounces and up, and that's what you teach young players. Sullivan gets called for the travel
all mental at the foul line. Just repetition and doing the same things over and over again.
86-57, 4:20 to play in the contest, and the Wildcats have annihilated the Badgers here in the second half. Very good first half, and the Wildcats went on a 5-0 run at the end of the half to build it to an 8-point lead and haven't looked back. Came out with a 12-4 run to start the second half and just erased any doubts in this one. Lee fights for the rebound, and good catch by the fan. She deserves a, I don't know, little star or maybe a discounted price on her ticket for the next contest for the Wildcats.
Hopefully she'll be wearing a Westbrook College uniform next semester. Fans like that.
Looking for some more players, trying to recruit here. Willoughby.
Steve Burgess, known as Rex, is into the game. He's Mr. Offense.
Nice drive. I believe that was Barrasso. Beautiful. He counts it. You can go to the charity line to try to finish off the three-point play. Barrasso out of Randolph, Vermont. They list him at 5'5". Looks a little taller than that. Synchronized jumping over the seats. That would have got a high score in any Olympic event. Buddy Mahar will never stop talking. He's trying to say, my guy says one thing, you throw him out. Sullivan must have said something. One thing, he doesn't seem like a good sport, shall we say?
His players rally behind him, though, and that's what the most important thing is, where he conducts himself. But everybody else is not really all that important as long as the players believe in what he has to.
Mike Lee. 6 points for the junior out of South Portland. One thing I noticed about him last year, he was this way throughout the battle and the war and the game, but then after the game, he did start smiling and talking to people, and he does turn it down. I mean, just maybe a fierce competitor throughout. Once the final horn sounds.
But definitely a complete comparison between the two programs. One program will conduct themselves, and you have the Westbrook College Wildcats on the other side, and it speaks for itself.
You have the offensive-minded Wildcats versus the defensive-minded Badgers. I think the mascots fit that. Wildcats, you would think more aggressive offensive. Badger, maybe a little more defensive in posture. As we said at the top of the cast, Johnson State coming in to today's action only allowing 61 points per game. They beat Castleton 63-47, only allowing 47 points.
I'd like to see you get the ball to Steve Burgess.
To Castleton State. And Castleton State, a high-scoring team, scored 99 in the loss just last week to Westbrook College. And earlier in the year, in their win over the Wildcats, they won 92-72 here at the Finley Recreation Center. But today, the Wildcats had the offense, as they're now up to 91 points, leading 91-59 with 2:36 to go. Foul will be on Sullivan.
good time for the second string or to get their work in there, polish some of their skills.
Sullivan got away with a double dribble. Gets it up for Aaron McClure, and they'll get Aaron on the travel. Willoughby the rebound, gets it off for Lee. Lee kicks Willoughby. Willoughby, Sullivan. Sullivan likes to drive, he goes in. Oh, up on the rim, and Turner the rebound. Well, Mike Osborne can certainly shoot the three ball as well. 2 in each half. 4 threes, 12 points. And we're down under a minute. Rex, in and out.
Call him Mr. Offense. This just add ball.
The senior out of Littleton, New Hampshire. Steve Burgess. Turner the rebound. Back for 2. 30 seconds to play. Mike Lee sets the offense. Willoughby. Burgess wants it. And it's stolen. And blocked by McClure, and they say goaltending, count it. (91-68). And that'll send Steve Burgess to the free throw line to pick up some points. 8 seconds to play in the contest. The Wildcats will improve to 12-6 overall with this victory this afternoon. And as we said, 7-1 in the Mayflower Conference. Just one behind the Lady Wildcats, who, as you mentioned earlier, 8-0 now in the conference. An impressive win earlier in the day over Johnson State. Burgess misses the free throw, much to the dismay of the Wildcat faithful. 1 of 2. 8 seconds to play.
I'm not sure. Has everybody scored? I think they have. Maybe Aaron McClure. But as I look down the bench, I think the total team offense this game as the Westbrook College pulls away.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Aaron McClure, the only one not getting into the scoring column. A complete team effort and a big win for the Wildcats by the final score of 92-68 over the Johnson State Badgers. And the Wildcats reestablish the #1 spot in the Mayflower Conference. Jay Harper, Paul Peterson. Take a break. Be back with our final stats and post-game interviews. You're watching the Westbrook College Television Network. Welcome back to the Findlay Recreation Center. Jay Harper with you. Final score, Westbrook College Wildcats 92, Johnson State Badgers 68. An impressive performance by the Wildcats as they really bring it to the table in the second half. As we said, 12 of the 13 players getting in the scoring column and running down the scoring. The Wildcats, once again, led by Derek Vogel, 1 under his season average, scoring 26 this afternoon. Gary Kuhn, as I told you at the top of the cast, he's been hot as of late. He scores 18, 5 trays. Great performance from Kuhn, 15 coming in the first half. Wasn't really needed offensively in the second half. He had the 1-3 in the final 20. 12 points for Bob Davies, the freshman having a solid game. Defense, rebounding, assist, really did it all. Great performance by Davies. And then a handful of players under 10, all coming in around 5 and 6. Webb had 6, Lennon had 5, Sullivan had 6, Willoughby had 5 points, McClure had 3, Corey, Werntgen 4, Esty had 5. Looking at Johnson State scoring, balanced attack for them. Nobody really having a big game. Zangler coming off in the second half with some big numbers, finished with 13 points, leading the way for them. Their leading scorer, John McDonough, was held to only 8 points, 8 under his season average. Bailey finished with 10. And three-baller Mike Osborne had 4 threes for 12. Final score once again, 92-68. Westbrook College Wildcats move to 7-1 in the conference. Number 1 right now, ahead of Johnson State and Castleton State. Johnson State falls to 6-1. Castleton at 6-2 overall in the Mayflower Conference. And again, as Paul Peterson said, fighting for that home court advantage in the playoffs. We'll take a break. Be back with our post-game interviews. You're watching the Westbrook College Television Network. Welcome back to the Finley Recreation Center. Jay Harper being joined by freshman guard Bob Davies. Bob, 13 points today, 8 rebounds, 4 steals, a block shot, couple assists. All-around performance. You got to be happy with your performance and, of course, your team's performance. A big win over Johnson State.
Yeah, my team played great. We came out in the second half and just ripped them apart, I guess.
Now, you're starting to get involved in the offense a lot more here, picking up your scoring and everything. Is it part of the flow of the coaches, or is it just you now starting to feel more comfortable with the offense?
It's probably me feeling more comfortable with the offense. You know, we're playing well as a team, and that's what you have to do to get your points. Just get the points in the flow.
You've had some great plays this year all around, some blocks, a couple of dunks. What's been your highlight so far this year on your offensive end, or what have you done that really stands out in your mind?
Just winning every game we won. You know, I mean, every time you get between the lines on a basketball court, you got to go out there to win, and that's about it.
Now, of course, you move to 7-1 in the conference. You take over the lead in the Mayflower Conference. Where do you look ahead, and who do you have to match up with down the line here?
All the teams that we've played already. We got to win every game, you know, down the stretch to even keep the tournament in our building, and that's it.
All right, great job, Bob Davies. Being joined now by assistant coach John Tolan. John, a big win, 92-68 over your rivals, Johnson State. You take over the lead in the Mayflower Conference. And, of course, a solid performance right up and down the lineup. 12 out of the 13 players scoring, and everyone that got in there, even early in the first half, made solid contributions.
Well, Coach really stresses the Wildcat system of everybody giving a total effort at all times. We feel in our system we're going to eventually wear their team down. So if you're tired, come out, we'll get a fresh body in there, and then you'll get right back in the game.
Now, of course, this win, very big for you guys. You take the lead, and it gets you in the number 1 position to establish home court advantage in the playoffs, and that's what you're looking for, right?
Exactly. You can see by our crowd here, and we're getting great support by everybody. We shoot a tremendous, so much better here at home. It's incredible. You can see Gary Kuhn loves to shoot the threes in this gym, and it will make a big difference instead of having to travel over to Rutland, Vermont, or Linden, or Johnson, or wherever. To be home here, rested, that's where we want to be.
Now, you're looking at Derek Vogel, averaging 27.5. He scores 26. Again, a solid performance from him. But the freshman Davies, who we just interviewed, a good game again, showing a little bit of everything. The kid does a lot.
He really does. We're asking him to do a lot, and he has responded. Where an opportunity arose that their big guy, 24, had 3 fouls, 2 fouls, and we wanted to go at him. And you saw Bob could take it and do whatever he needed to, and if he had to, he'd dish it. And he really did a nice job for us.
Now, you're looking down the road here. What are your next big matchups, and what are you looking forward to?
Well, we play next Wednesday home against Maine Maritime. I think they're struggling a little bit, so but they're not our opponent. We'll be we're our opponent. The next night we travel down to Worcester State, and they like to play the run and gun type of system that we have. So that will be tough there. We have the weekend off, and then we go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday at Thomas, then we go up to Hudson. They want us, and we come back home for Thomas. So that's going to be a nice stretch right there for us.
Scoring 92 points today against a team that holds their opponents to 61, you got to be impressed with that as well.
Well, we were not that afraid of scoring points. We will get our points, but what Coach had said, the defensive intensity will get us our points, and that's what we had. We got transition baskets, and it was from our defensive end.
All right, congratulations, Coach. A great win. You guys moved to 12-6, and we look forward to you down the road.
Great, thanks a lot.
All right, for my cameraman Steve Poulos, I'm Jay Harper saying so long from the Finley Recreation Center. Once again, the final score, Westbrook College 92, Johnson State 68.